Hello, this is not a spring chicken. Yes, happy Memorial Day! Okay, so wherever you are, I hope that you grabbed a veteran and gave them a great big hug. But meanwhile, news still continues. And we're going to bring Oldecam on with comments on the headlines of today. The big lie that Obama can't lead is crumbling.
That's from the Democrats. Let's put it this way. This morning, Obama got rid of everybody that disagreed with him in the Pentagon and retired them all and replaced them with people that are yes men. You know, Obama, they said he's the worst foreign policy president in nation. They said when Jimmy Carter at least got a peace in the Middle East, even if it was a phony peace, Obama can't even do that.
Well, you know, part of it is if all you do is surround yourself by yes men, then you really never get what the real story is.
Well, there's a problem. These generals told him the truth, and then he didn't like the truth. So, you know, also the generals thought he was totally incompetent. That's another problem. He's getting rid of every military man that thinks he's an idiot.
Well,
he just started another war. I mean, Gaddafi's going to be out. And then Gaddafi's going to have to leave. Then we're going to try him for war crimes, which means he has no incentive to leave.
Mm-hmm. Why would you leave?
Because Obama doesn't know what he's doing.
And Democrats to destroy anyone that even thinks about saving Medicare or Social Security.
I'm going to do a whole piece on it this week. You want to beat the President of the United States, come out and say, okay, we're going to keep our hands off of Social Security, and we're going to keep our hands off of Medicare and Medicaid, and we're going to tell you every day as the clock kicks down, we're going to put a great big hourglass down, and it's going to show you as it's going broke. And we're going to tell you how Obama intends to save it, which is by raising taxes, by doing this and that. But we're not going to give you one single answer on how to save it, because if you want to believe, if you're going to go down the drain with the man, you got to go down with him. That's just, you know, it's called. You get exactly what you elect.
Mm-hmm. And according to the press, Arnold must be the father of at least 1 million children in the state of California alone.
Oh, God. I mean, okay, he's not governor. Okay, we're talking 12 years after the fact. The ex-husband of the woman is going to sue Arnold for God knows what. Arnold, he's been paying the alimony, he's been paying child support for a dozen years, and everybody... I mean, their family all knew it. Everybody had to know it.
Who's been paying child support?
Arnold's been paying child support all that time.
He has?
You can't pay child support without somebody knowing about it. You can't have a figure that is constant every month without your wife knowing about it. It's all known. I mean, what it was is Arnold had no political future left, so they just dumped him.
Mm-hmm.
But they do say he's got at least another dozen children by other women, though.
Oh, really?
Well, they're all coming out. Gloria Allred's been hired. Other lawyers have been hired to sue him for child support that they didn't get.
Don't I have a child by Arnold?
Probably. Monty probably does.
Monty, do you have a child by Arnold?
I know she wants children by Bradley Pittman's dog, so she wants to have his puppies.
Oh, you know what? Probably, you know, because Arnold lives in the Southern California area, so.
Yeah, Monty probably knows Arnold real closely.
And Obama calls Joplin disaster a natural tragedy.
Yeah, because he thinks that he has a chance of getting the vote from Missouri for him. No, he hasn't a chance in hell, because they're basically passed an anti-immigration law. They basically banned Obamacare, and they're throwing out all the Democrats that are in office because they support him. He needs Missouri to win the presidency, and he's not going to get it.
And data points to slowing manufacturing activity.
Yeah, for 2 straight quarters, they haven't ordered as much as they were before. And the reason why, like, you're going to flip-flop over the truth. This is flip-flop Obama. Actually, this is leapfrog Obama. And the stimulus money isn't being used to give to people. It's being used for political donations now. So because he needs it in order to get reelected. So when he pulled all of that back, the economy come to a dead halt, which means it was a phony. They said we'd have been in a double-dip recession by now. The houses would have been solved by now, and the country would be turning around. They love this. As they said, it would have been turning around before the 2012 election if he'd have left well enough alone.
Oh.
That's all he had to do with nothing, and he'd have won re-election.
Oh, yeah?
Well, he doesn't even have to worry about re-election anyway, so.
Oh.
Well, he's
Well.
going to be in that, him and the Democratic Party are going to be unanimously named back. They're going to, let's see, Pelosi is readying her speech for the taking over of Congress next year. When it comes back in the fall, she expects to be named by the Republicans to be the Speaker of the House.
What?
Well, because they're all going to resign from office because they know the I heard Christie from New Jersey said today, we need to kick the asses of these people that were elected to make changes out of office and replace them with people that are going to do what they promised. And that's what's going to happen. The Tea Party's going to throw them out of office and run as a third party this year. And anybody want to guess who's going to be the Tea Party candidate for president?
Oh yeah, I've been hearing all over the news that, oh yeah, Sarah Palin must be running for president.
No, she's running for president, but as long as she doesn't announce, she doesn't have to do anything. She can do all she wants.
She's got a book.
And have the Tea Party nominate her in 212.
She's got a book.
They're scared because, as one guy said today, one of the typical women haters in the Republican Party said, if this witch runs, he didn't actually say witch, he used the B word instead. He said if she runs for office, she's going to destroy the Republican Party.
I do think there's some people that just don't like female candidates.
They don't like female candidates. I mean, they also doesn't think much of Michelle Bachmann either, so.
Tours area Karzai angry over Afghan civilian deaths.
Obama just fired missiles into another area. That's Obama's.
Oh, he did?
We don't need a military as long as we have people on the ships that we've already paid for that can fire cruise missiles into civilian areas.
Well, if they would have done that with Osama bin Laden, then he wouldn't have had much
He
of
wouldn't
a
have had any
switch
problem.
flag.
Okay, here it is. He cannot prove that bin Laden was killed. He basically, he stomped on himself because Donald Trump is already going after him on the birth certificate and the fact he cannot prove that the guy is dead because he made such a point of getting rid of the body.
I know. And so now you can't produce a body.
He can't produce the body, and the people, he basically has already put the lives of the people in jeopardy that did the so-called killing. I mean, I figured they killed some poor innocent guy, and the SEALs know it.
And Dutch government to ban tourists from cannabis shops.
Yeah, because they're coming there to buy marijuana.
They don't need to do that. It's in California.
I mean, that's right. For $40 you can get a prescription, to buy all the drugs, all the marijuana you want on Venice Boulevard.
I need Venice Beach. All you have to do is go down there.
Yeah, and basically it's supposed to be illegal, but they got judges that basically left judges to say that it's harmless. I want to see. I really don't want this to happen, but I knew people that used to fly jets off of aircraft carriers that were high on marijuana because that's the only way they could fly. A lot of them crashed.
Oh, really?
Yeah, and they say, well, it was a problem with the airplane. No, it was carrier pilots. I mean, just do like everybody else goes. You go up drinking. I mean, drinking doesn't affect anything because after you've sat in the plane for 4 or 5 hours, you get very sober. So.
Well, also, you're not going to drink so much because you can't go to the bathroom for a while.
That's another reason. You look forward to getting back down so you can go to the bathroom.
Mm-hmm. And now that Obama has sided with those trying to destroy Israel, Israel is expecting great violence towards them.
Oh yeah, they're shipping guns in through the Gaza Strip already. Weapons are coming in already.
Are you serious?
They're catching them coming in through. They're basically going to Egypt. The Egyptian Brotherhood is basically, Arab Brotherhood is supplying weapons to people for Hamas. That are being supplied by Iran. Now they're going in through the Gaza Strip and going to be used against Israel. I mean, there's going to be, and I mean, Obama doesn't understand. They will kick his ass out of, if Israel is attacked and much damage done, the Democrats are going to kick his rear end out of, they'll side with the Republicans to get rid of him.
There were a lot of Jewish people that voted for Obama.
Oh yeah, they're not going to vote for him now. Mm-hmm. I mean, this guy couldn't, they said, well, they have no other place to go. It's called they don't vote. Remember how Obama became president? The Republicans didn't like John McCain, and they didn't come out and vote. They sat on their hands. This is what happens when you don't like a Democratic candidate. The black vote, they said, his re-election depends solely on how many black voters that he can, get registered. Well, since he's done nothing for the black voters, they're not registering. He's done nothing for the Latinos, they're not going to vote for him, so...
And by now the whole nation admits there is no inflation, and the reason things cost so much is Bush's fault.
That's what they said this morning again. They were talking about how the There is no inflation. We're just trying to fix the problems that George Bush caused, and that's what's raising the cost of everything. And people are trying to figure out, Bush isn't president. But it was what he put into place. No, when he left, there was no inflation. People were employed, and you owned your homes. Isn't that amazing? Obama took over, put a big stimulus out. Their gasoline is $4 a gallon. You've lost your homes, lost your job, and your prices are 100% higher than when Bush was a president.
And a Monty Bubbleism from the Mark Twain of the Animal Kingdom.
Okay, when your job depends upon how you look, it's really not a smart idea to go to work when you're not feeling well.